In a world where technology giants clash for supremacy, Google refuses to accept defeat. Today, at Google I/O, they rose like a phoenix from the ashes, mustering their vast resources, unparalleled AI talent, and enormous user base for their counter-offensive. Microsoft may have won the first battle, but the war is far from over. Google, bruised but unbroken, has regrouped and returned with a vengeance. They've licked their wounds and now they're ready to send shivers down the spine of Microsoft CEO Satya Nadella. Join me in this heart-pounding video as I dissect this legendary event and witness Google's triumphant roar, which echoes through the battlefield as they unleash their deafening live stream. And this battle cry will define the fate of the AI wars. So let's start with a new artificially intelligent powered card game that Google released called I/O Flip. Google, with their vast resource and amazing artificial intelligent talent, just released a somewhat surprising product, a card game. And this AI-powered card game is called I/O Flip. And it's all about showing off the playful and experimental side of generative AI art. So to play, you choose a class like, say, a magician, and then a special power, for this example, invisibility. Then a set of 12 cards inspired by your choices will be generated, giving you unique characters, background, elements, strengths. And then you pick the top 3 and start battling for the win. To make the game, Google used their own unique character designs for training data. Then they used 2 more Google technologies: Muse, which is their text-to-image model, and Dreambooth, a technique for personalizing the output images. Then they pre-generated hundreds of thousands of unique text descriptions using Palm E, and then they integrated these generative AI tools like Flutter, Dart, Firebase, and Google Cloud to create the game inference mechanics. And as long as we're talking about AI and games, let's talk about an innovative new way to empower gamers: Google's Project Gameface. If you haven't heard of Google's new Project Gameface, it's a super cool AI-powered hands-free gaming mouse. It lets people control their cursor with just head movements and facial gestures. Imagine just raising your eyebrows to click and drag, or simply opening your mouth to move the cursor. And this makes gaming possible for anyone, even those with physical limitations. Project Gameface was inspired by Lance Carr, a quadriplegic video game streamer with muscular dystrophy. He was using a head-tracking mouse to play games, but then he sadly lost it in a fire. So Google teamed up with Lance, and using the Google MediaPipe open source solution, they came up with this: Project Gameface. And if you're interested in getting involved, check out the GitHub repository. Now let's talk about AI magic applied to photos. So Google Photos is introducing a new AI-powered feature called the Magic Editor. And it's gonna help you edit and enhance your photos in some amazing new ways. With the Magic Editor, you can make specific edits to just individual parts of your photo, fill in the gaps, and even reposition subjects for better framing. That's AI outpainting at its best. It's awesome to see how you can just remove a photo bomber from the background, fix a bag strap, or just move someone to another part of the photo. In this example, Magic Editor actually extended the balloons and the bench. Then it can even brighten up the sky and make it look like day or night, overcast, whatever weather conditions you want. So at least some of these features are definitely going to come in handy for some of the
1.7 billion images are edited in Google Photos.
But it wouldn't be Google I/O without some artificial intelligent updates to search. They have Bing Chat square in their sights. Google is making big changes to their search engine using generative AI. And it's gonna be amazing for you, and here's why. Imagine asking a question like, which is healthier, an apple or an orange? So with generative AI, instead of a list of links, you're actually gonna get a summary of key health information. And then, like ChatGPT, you can ask follow-up questions and it remembers what you're talking about. And it's super helpful when you're shopping, looking at images. It can bring up relevant information: product reviews, ratings, prices, locations, anything that's relevant. And what's relevant can actually change on every query. Now there will be ads, something I'm not a super big fan of, but I understand that's their model. And from their demo, they are clearly marked, which is the most important part. I was definitely scared of the ads being like slipped in there in unknown ways. So moving on to Google Maps Immersive View, get ready to experience the most powerful navigation tool ever. Google Maps is introducing a new AI-powered feature called Immersive View for Routes. And it's so cool because this feature actually shows you simulation of traffic, the bike lanes, the complex intersections, and more. And it's cool because Immersive View for Routes is based off Google's Immersive View technology, which uses computer vision and AI to create a real digital model of our world. So when you ask for directions, you get this multi-dimensional experiential result. And it lets you preview bike routes, walking routes, how you could walk through the parking lot or go through the intersections. It's very immersive. stuff. And it can even factor in what weather and traffic will be like at different times throughout the day. All thanks to Google's massive three-dimensional map data, the real-time data from Google Maps and Waze, and there's even a new aerial map API that developers can work with, which allows them to install these photorealistic 3D titles into those three-dimensional environments. It's so cool looking. But of course, text messages still need a little bit of AI love also. So Google just introduced Magic Compose, which helps you rewrite your text messages thanks to AI. So you can now find this new feature in the Google Messaging app. So all you have to do is start by typing in just like a sloppy bare bones message, and then choose a new style for it to be rewritten in. And then Magic Compose can just like rewrite it so it sounds way more positive, professional, polished, or even like Shakespeare. So this feature could be really useful for people who have to switch from like playful to professional because their boss messaged them after work. All right, but if you're a developer, you're thinking, I need to know about the tools to build my own stuff. Well, you're in luck. Google announced AI upgrades to Vertex AI. Google has been developing a platform for developers called Vertex AI, and it's meant to help companies and entrepreneurs build AI models. And they just added some new features like example-based explanations. And the most convenient part for a developer is that it brings together all of the different Google Cloud AI services under one umbrella. And there's other new features like the AI Training Reduction Server, which is meant to help AI systems train faster, tabular workflows, which lets you choose which part of Google's Auto ML features you want to take care of and which ones you want the machine to take care of. Vertex AI even has a new integration with serverless Spark, which basically just makes it easier for people to code up AI applications. And today, Google also introduced Sidekick, an easy way for you and me to learn how to prompt AI efficiently. Google introduced this new product called Sidekick at the I/O Developers Conference today. And Sidekick is all about you getting better results from artificial intelligence by providing more effective prompts. So you know how it can be a little bit tricky, like figuring out what to type into ChatGPT or Midjourney? Well, that's where Google Sidekick comes in and got you covered. The way it works is that it keeps rereading your entire document over and over again, giving you suggestions on the right prompts to help you out. For example, if you're writing a children's story, then Sidekick will kick in with a new prompt to help you figure out how the story should continue. And it can even generate images based on the text that you're typing in real time, so you just keep checking it to see how you can visualize what you're writing. So this tool is part of a new package that's rebranded as Duet AI. They're copying Microsoft Copilot. And if you were just hoping that Google was going to give you a tool to help you deepfake music, well, you're out of... Wait, they actually did. It's called Google LM. Whoa. So Google has just released MusicLM to the public. It's an experimental artificial intelligence model that can turn text descriptions into music. And you can now find it in Google's AI Test Kitchen app. It's also available web, Android, iOS. So all you have to do is prompt it with something like death metal for a children's birthday party, and boom, you got what you needed. And the tool will create a whole bunch of different versions of the song too, so you can kind of pick which one's your favorite. Now, Google says they've been hosting workshops and working with musicians to see how best to integrate it in a way that it's collaborative, but it's still a pretty tricky issue to navigate, especially after the week that like Spotify had to pull down all the Drake deepfakes and all that drama happened. The music labels have been going hard this week on people who are making homemade tracks with music that sounds like an artist might have made it. So the legality of deepfake music is still super unclear, so interesting time for them to drop this model. So now let's talk about Google's Palm 2 and Gemini. This is Google heavyweights, two major AI divisions united, all in the attempt to build an AI language model that can surpass ChatGPT. Google's answer for GPT-4 is called Palm 2, that can understand, generate, and translate text in over 100 languages. And it's great at logic, reasoning, math, and coding in languages like Python and JavaScript. Plus, it comes in 4 sizes. Like different size models you would drop into different size applications. So Google went on to show that this large language model has been put in 25 different products of various sizes, various memory, various use cases. For example, one's medical focused, one's security focused, one's for robots, and they're all tuned for different products. But that's not all. There is a monster lurking in the background. Google also teased the next big generational leap, Project Gemini, which really is an unprecedented effort between Google Brain and Google DeepMind. Different divisions that didn't used to talk to each other but have come together to try to leapfrog OpenAI's ChatGPT. Smash that subscribe button.